Tonight, we open a doorway into an ancient and hidden world. A world of cosmic visions, divine secrets, and mystical battles between light and darkness. Welcome to the story few have heard, and even fewer truly understand, the Apocalypse of Abraham. An ancient text filled with profound secrets and timeless insights. Prepare yourself. Nothing you thought you knew about Abraham or the destiny of the world will remain the same after tonight. Our journey begins thousands of years ago in the great city of Ur, a city where gods were carved from stone and truth was buried beneath layers of tradition and superstition. There lived a young man named Abram. Unlike those around him, Abram dared to question everything. He watched his father Terah sculpt idols from wood and clay, setting them up to be worshipped. Yet deep inside, Abram knew. These statues had no life, no spirit, no power. One day, compelled by something beyond reason, Abram smashed the idols to pieces, not out of rage, but out of revelation. Something had stirred within him, a sense that the universe was not ruled by silent statues, but by a living, invisible force. This act of defiance was only the beginning. One night, under the vast desert sky, Abram heard a call. A voice, not of this world, summoning him to leave behind everything familiar. He was drawn into the wilderness, into a place where no human traditions could follow. There, on a sacred mountain, Abram was commanded to prepare sacrifices, pure animals, each symbolizing a deeper mystery of creation. He obeyed, and as he stood amidst the offerings, the heavens tore open. Abram was lifted beyond the world he knew, beyond time and space, into a reality so vast, so dazzling, that human language could barely describe it. There, he encountered an extraordinary being, Yahoel, a celestial guide, radiant with fire, carrying the authority of the Most High. Yahoel was no ordinary angel. He embodied divine power itself, shielding Abram from forces that would otherwise overwhelm him. With Yahoel's guidance, Abram was drawn deeper into visions that shook the very foundations of his soul. He beheld the architecture of heaven, columns of fire stretching infinitely into the void, shimmering rivers of light, endless choirs of beings singing the secret names of God. He saw the heavenly throne, surrounded by unfathomable splendor. But beauty was not the only force he encountered. Abram also saw Azazel, the fallen one. Not monstrous in appearance, but seductive, cunning, and dangerous. Azazel offered false gifts, empty promises of power and dominion over the earth. Through Azazel's influence, Abram witnessed how nations would be deceived, how humanity would chase after idols, ambitions, and lies. He saw the wars, the betrayals, the collapse of kingdoms. He watched empires rise in pride and fall in ruin. The vision was not simply of future events, but of the hidden forces behind them. Unseen battles shaping the fate of the world. Abram witnessed the unfolding of an apocalypse, a great unveiling. He saw fire sweep across cities, tearing down the monuments of human arrogance. He saw leaders fall and civilizations crumble into dust. Yet amid the destruction, Abram glimpsed hope. He saw a great tree of life, rooted deep and shining with pure light. This tree endured while everything else withered. It was a symbol of the faithful, those who would cling to truth even as the world descended into chaos. At the heart of all these visions was the covenant, an unbreakable bond between God and those who would walk in his ways. A promise that, despite all trials, truth would prevail. The Apocalypse of Abraham does not merely foretell destruction. It reveals a deeper pattern, a spiritual reality operating behind the scenes of history. It teaches that history is not random. It is shaped by choices, the choice to follow truth or to surrender to illusion. It warns that the greatest danger is deception, that evil rarely appears monstrous, Often it appears beautiful, easy, convenient. It urges us to be vigilant, to look beyond appearances, to discern the true nature of things. And it reminds us that no matter how overwhelming the darkness becomes, a light remains. Those who seek it with pure hearts will find it, and they will endure. When Abram returned from his visions, he was no longer merely a man. He was a bridge between heaven and earth, a living covenant between the seen and unseen worlds. He understood that every life, every generation, would stand at a crossroads. To worship idols of power, wealth, and fame, or to walk the unseen path of truth. Today, this ancient journey speaks to us with new urgency. In a world of noise, chaos, and endless distraction, the call of Abraham still echoes. Will you follow the loud promises of easy glory, or will you listen for the still, eternal voice calling you higher? The Apocalypse of Abraham invites us into a deeper awareness. It calls us to recognize that true power is not found in armies, in riches, or in fame. True power is found in humility, in faithfulness, in alignment with the eternal. It calls us to tear down the idols in our own hearts, the false beliefs, the illusions, the fears we cling to. And it invites us to become part of a greater story. A story not of destruction, but of revelation and renewal. This story is not locked away in dusty manuscripts. It lives here and now, in every choice we make. The battle Abraham saw was not only about ancient empires, it is the battle of every soul, every day. To seek truth, to resist deception, to walk with courage through the unknown. This is the timeless mystery of the Apocalypse of Abraham. It is a story of visions and revelations, of cosmic struggle and eternal hope. It is a call to awaken, to see with new eyes, to hear with new ears, to live with new hearts. Tonight you have glimpsed a fragment of that ancient vision. But the journey is yours to continue. Stay bold, stay awake, and never stop seeking the hidden truths that lie beyond the surface of the world. The Apocalypse of Abraham is not just a relic of the past. It is a living map, waiting for those brave enough to follow. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button. Subscribe for more forbidden knowledge. Before you go, don't miss our next videos from above and discover other ancient secrets of history that were hidden away. Until now.